Let's get this going. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Madam Treasurer, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Elick.
Here.
Mr. Gebhardt.
Here.
Ms. Karstafen.
Here.
Mr. Hauser.
Here.
Mrs. Siegwin. Here.
Would everybody please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and welcome to the June 28th, 2023 Elyria Board of Education meeting. I'd like to first off introduce our group here. We have a board to my right, Board Member and Vice President Mike Gebhardt. To his right is Board Member Elaine Sequin. I'm Greg Elick. To my left is Board Member Annie Karstafen. To her left is Board Member Len Hauser. To his left is our Superintendent Ann Slosh, and all the way down in the end is our Treasurer Colleen Aholt. Okay, moving along on the agenda, I believe we don't have any presentations or anyone signed up to speak, so we're going to hop right into business here. First item of business is the minutes for the June 7, 2023 meeting have been posted. Hopefully the board members have had a chance to review, and I will ask for a motion to approve as is.
So moved.
I have a motion by Board Member Karstafen. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Board Member Gebhardt. Any comments or questions? With none, Madam Treasurer, would you please call the roll?
Ms. Karstafen.
Aye.
Mr. Gebhardt.
Aye.
Mr. Hauser.
Aye.
Mrs. Siegwin. Aye. Mr. Elick.
Abstain. Motion carries. Okay, Treasurer action items. Madam Treasurer.
Yes, I have the monthly financial reports for the month of May. I also have purchase orders to comply with the district's purchasing procedures for the then and nows. And I don't have any donations. I'm sorry, that was left on there still. And I have the COBRA rates effective July 1, 2023 that are up there. And that's it.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the Treasurer action items?
So moved.
I have a motion by Board Member Hauser. Do I have a second? Second by Board Member Gebhardt. Any comments or questions? With none, Madam Treasurer, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Hauser.
Aye.
Mr. Gebhardt.
Aye.
Ms. Karstafen.
Aye.
Mrs. Siegwin. Aye. Mr. Elick.
Aye, motion carries. Madam Treasurer, you have other items for us this evening?
I do. There was an expulsion hearing on here, but we're going to postpone that for now. But I also have the approval of transfers of funds, permanent appropriations for fiscal year 23, amended certificate of estimated resources for fiscal year 23, temporary appropriations for next school year, fiscal 24, and that is it.
Okay, let's, if you don't mind, council did walk in on the expulsion hearing. Are we available for the 4 o'clock expulsion on the 19th? Do we need appointments?
But I could probably get someone from my firm. It has to be at 4. I can get someone from my firm to cover.
Is that something then we can just put off till the next meeting, or is that something you'd like us to do at this
So if
meeting?
you're going to have it on the 19th, I would go ahead and schedule it.
Is it timing-wise, 19th? Is that what?
At 4 o'clock, yes.
Okay.
You want me to do the expulsion hearing?
Either that or 4 o'clock then, or afterwards.
Either one, whatever, again, if the board members are available in the evening, I'm available in the evening, but I'm not available at 4.
Okay, we have one for 4 o'clock. Is anyone else available that day to do a 4 o'clock?
I could.
Okay, well, let's just go ahead and, to get it on the books, let's go ahead as the primary members, Mike Gebhardt and Len Hauser, and the other 3 will be the alternatives.
Is it a 4?
4 o'clock. All right, so we're going to go ahead and ask for a motion as presented by the treasurer, including the expulsion hearing with Mr. Gebhardt and Mr. Hauser as the primary reps, and then the alternates will be the other 3 board members. And the other items that the treasurer mentioned, so do I have a motion for that treasurer other item?
So moved.
I have a motion by Board Member Karstafen. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Board Member Sequin. Any comments or questions? With none, Madam Treasurer, would you please call the roll?
Ms. Karstoffen?
Aye.
Mrs. Segwin?
Aye.
Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye.
Mr. Hauser?
Aye.
Mr. Elick?
Aye, motion carries. Any other reports this evening for us, Madam Treasurer?
I have a small report. I heard through the grapevine that maybe the governor's budget, which is supposed to be done by June 30th and then implemented July 1st, it might be pushed back until July 7th. So they're still talking, so I don't know, but if that does, I verified that we'll still be using current funding rates until they finish the governor's budget.
Is there a significant difference in the 6 days?
For funding-wise, no, not for the, no, because we wouldn't even get our foundation payment anyway till this first week, and then they would retro it, so no, it wouldn't be that much of a big effect for us for a
But
week.
We still are on track for the increases that we've heard, correct? None of that's going to change?
We are still on track for increases, but the ones that I presented in the 5-year forecast was just the House version. The Senate did change a little bit,
Okay,
but we still are on track for increases.
okay. Well, we look forward to our meeting when that's all complete, and then you can give us an idea of everything that changed, so.
Sounds good?
Great, thank you very much, Madam Treasurer. Okay, moving along on the agenda to the Superintendent. Madam Superintendent, you have action items for us this evening?
I do. First, to authorize the superintendent to enter into contracts for the 23-24 year with the excess cost contracts. Also to approve the contract for STEPS Education Group for the agreement between Elyria Catholic and Vincent Management. To approve the resolution authorizing the execution of the Master Electric Energy Sales Agreement. To approve the contract for Spectrum Growth and IEP Services. We are buying new Hepner air filters throughout the district. And that concludes my action items.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the superintendent action items?
I'll make the motion.
I have a motion by Board Member Gebhardt. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Board Member Karstoffen. Comments and questions? I have a quick question on the air filters. Did the process go through the pricing with the bids and everything on that?
It's state funding.
Oh, okay, okay,
So we didn't have to, but yeah.
okay.
Phew, that was an easy one. I was
Yeah.
hoping it wasn't deep into air filters. Brian's not here.
Any other questions or comments? So if we asked what a Hepner air filter is, you wouldn't have the answer on that?
If it's like the one I put in my furnace,
Okay.
we're good. No, it's just, I think it's all the new mechanicals, HVAC. And as always, Brian's team is very diligent, keeping us clean.
Okay, sounds good. Other questions or comments?
Thank you.
With none, Madam Treasurer, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye.
Ms. Karstoffen?
Aye.
Mr. Hauser?
Aye.
Mrs. Segwin?
Aye.
Mr. Elick?
Aye, motion carries. Okay, we don't have any personnel action items this evening, do we?
We do, and I'm going to take a deep breath and hope I get through it.
All right.
And we'll have Mr. Newark's going to have a bunch of introductions at the
Okay,
end.
great.
But a great group of new hires. So first of all, to approve the resignation of the following certified staff. We have some people getting married, moving on, moving out, so that is that. The reason for a lot of those resignations. To approve the appointment of the following certified staff administrators. As you know, we had some leave, but we also are adding some assistant principals throughout the district. To approve the appointment of the following certified staff, and as you can see, a long list of new teachers, new pioneers as we call them. Also to approve the supplemental contracts for the following certified staff. To approve the following athletic supplemental contracts to approve the extended supplemental contracts and then the athletic supplemental contracts, had them switched around. To approve the appointment of the following student workers at Elyria High. Also to approve the appointment of the following student workers for rentals for the whole fiscal 23-24 year. To approve the resignation of the following classified staff. To approve the appointment of the following administrative staff for the safety coordinator. To approve the appointment of the following classified staff as listed below. To approve the 2-year limited contract for the following classified staff member. To approve the unpaid leave of absence for the following classified staff. And that concludes my personnel action items.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the superintendent's personnel action items?
So moved.
I have a motion by Board Member Karstoffen. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. Comments and questions? Madam Superintendent, with all the moving parts around, if you could in the next day or two, maybe you could forward the board just to have an idea of who's where and
Sure.
what leadership positions you still have open as of
Sure.
in the next couple of days. That would be greatly appreciated. So, any questions or comments?
Jerry Chismar,
He's
staying as...
He retired, and he wants to continue as cross-country head coach, which is awesome.
Good.
And Ann, what are these, like percentage of base salary now it says instead of the salary?
So we did that because, obviously, right now, and that's why you see the asterisk. Also, with the teachers, we're in the middle of negotiations, so it is going to change. And what we did is, whatever the BA plus 0 years is, these athletic supplementals, I think some of them are 12%. It's 12% of that is the supplemental pay. So we thought instead of the ever-moving target, we're starting with, for the supplementals to put the percentage
Okay.
down.
Okay, good question. Any other questions or comments? Okay, with no further questions or comments, Madam Treasurer, would you please call the roll?
Ms. Karstoffen?
Aye.
Mrs. Segwin?
Aye.
Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye.
Mr. Hauser?
Aye.
Mr. Elick?
Aye, motion carries. Okay, Madam Superintendent, you have some introductions, or Shane, you have some introductions?
We
I've got a
do.
few introductions, as you can tell by the full house this evening. Just wanted to thank all the new staff members and their families and the principals and teachers they work with for coming out this evening. When I call your name and what building you are, if you could stand so everybody kind of can put a face with the name. We have Todd Church, who's our new assistant principal at Eastern Heights Middle School. We have James Johnson, who's our new assistant principal at Elyria High School. We have Ashley Meeple, who's our new assistant principal at Northwood Middle School. We have Michelle Nemeny, who's our new assistant principal at Westwood. And then we have Aaron Neal, who's the new assistant principal at Westwood Elementary. We have a number of new teachers who will be joining us. We have Mason Repas, who's going to be doing ELA at Northwood Middle School. We have Mary Bailey, who's going to be a new intervention specialist at Northwood Middle School. We have Rebecca Littleton, who will be a new intervention specialist at Eastern Heights. We have Renee Bellini, who's a new intervention specialist at Northwood. We have Sarah Veit, who's a new intervention specialist at Northwood.
I know we had a number of other hires as well, but also Katie Kalamaz was appointed the new principal at Westwood Middle with Mr. Rollins, and also going to be Michelle Nemeny. She comes from the high school, so that's the position James is replacing, and this was her vacation week, and was bummed out she couldn't be here as well. I'm trying to look around and make sure we didn't miss anybody. Oh, we have Amy Higgins. No, I was going to that. I was looking for Shane's part. Amy is going to introduce our new safety coordinator.
I am absolutely thrilled to introduce and welcome Dwayne Whiteley to our team. Dwayne is no stranger to this district or to the city of Elyria. He was our former chief of police in Elyria and has a very distinguished career in law enforcement, and we're just so happy to have him here, so grateful that he came back to the area and chose to start his new career here in Elyria Schools.
So today, Amy and Shane and Whiteley, as I call him, so it's still Whiteley, they interviewed several new candidates for the safety associates. So we're really excited, things are moving, and I think we've done a lot of interviewing. It's always exciting to see people come back. I know a lot of our assistants are homegrown, so to speak, and that's what we like to see. But also, James, I found out I had a lot of connections to James. I had his cousin in school in 6th grade and saw some familiar faces and names that I recognize. So we're always excited when people come back and want to be a part of the Pioneer family. And then also welcoming the new people and part of our team. So welcome everyone.
Great, outstanding. Mr. Newark, you've done a wonderful job, Madam Treasurer, or Madam Superintendent. We appreciate your work, and it looks like an outstanding group that you've added, and everybody, welcome to the Pioneer family. We're definitely glad that you're here, so outstanding. Okay, moving along, Madam Superintendent, do you have a superintendent report for us this evening?
I do, real short list here, but we just finished our summer school at Elyria High. It was a huge success, and I thank everyone that was part of that, especially Courtney Griffiths, so I think had that up and worked hard on that. Also, this week started 3rd grade summer school. Natalie Matthews and her team are overseeing that. We also have the ESY. Where's Mrs. Blatt?
Right here.
Oh, over here, going on with our pupil services department. So thank you to all of the staff that gives up their summer days to work with our students again. Also, we just found out, I actually just sent in the letter, the Nord Foundation gave us $100,000 towards our Pioneer Connections program. Mrs. Blatt and Mrs. Bodnar did a nice job of working on that grant, and we're really excited about that. I talked to Latina Kimbrough today, and she said that the Board of Trustees is very excited to see the program and what it does for our students. Also, we have a lot of summer camps going on, robotics, we have Camp Invention, we have just a ton of things going on as always, and it's exciting to give our students an opportunity to extend their learning. Save the date, August 15th is our staff picnic, and it's a carnival theme this year. So we hope that any of you that can make it from the board, and then all of our staff is invited. We're excited, can win a lot of prizes and get to just network and see each other before the school year starts. Also, Amy is working on the s'more that will be going out to parents to announce some changes for next school year in attire and schedule and how we're going to do things a little bit, and that's going to go out probably in the next week. Also, a last little tidbit is we've been working hard on next year and what it looks like, and our theme is going to be around positive culture in the district, and you're going to see some things coming out on that and how we as we call it, a Pioneer family, are going to move forward and not look back at this pandemic stuff. So looking forward to that and getting going. It's almost July already. So.
Okay. Great. Thank you, Madam Superintendent. Got a lot going on here, and looking forward to a great new year, so outstanding. Okay, moving along on the agenda. Board of Education, we do have one item of business on here. There's been a new policy and regs for bed bugs and use of physical force, changes in the manual, so we'll ask for approval for the first reading. Do I have a motion to approve? I have a motion by Board Member Sequin. Do I have a second?
Concur.
All right. Mr. Gebhardt concurs. Okay. Any questions or comments? Madam Treasurer, would you please call the roll?
Mrs. Segwin.
Aye.
Mr. Gebhardt.
Aye.
Ms. Karstoffen.
Aye.
Mr. Hauser.
Aye.
Mr. Allen.
Aye, motion carries. Okay. Other Board of Education, anything for the good of the cause here?
I just have a question.
Everyone has a
I
question.
see West High is gone. Is Windsor gone?
No, they're starting it, and then it was supposed to be last week, but I think because they found some extra things out here that they had to mitigate, I think is the word. They had to delay the start of Windsor, but it should be any day.
Okay, and then nothing's been done with Prospect
The fence is up. And
this week.
I was told it was up last week.
It might have been up last week,
Yeah.
part of the week.
Yeah, we have been having some issues over there with vandalism. The police department has been working a lot with Mr. Kokai's department. You know, people climbing the fence and that. So it should be right after Windsor. Hopefully the two buildings, they're smaller, should go a lot quicker than West High did.
I was under the impression that they were going to be started in April.
I think there were some delays due to some of the other litigation that was going
I
on.
know Windsor
Yeah.
caused a problem, but, okay, so they are going to be
Yep.
torn down, okay.
Yes.
Maybe we can get a board
I'll have
update on
Brian,
that.
yeah, Brian send an update out.
Okay, I had a quick question. I did read that there might be some changes to the third grade reading test, whatever. Is there any way we can get an update on that, so we kind of know what the changes are?
Sure, that's still, yeah, it's in litigation. It's, the only change is they don't want the retention, but we can send you an update, but that's still part of a bill.
Okay. No, it hasn't passed
No,
yet?
nothing's passed yet.
Oh,
So there
okay.
are no changes right now.
But is there a feeling that that is going to pass what they're looking for?
I don't think for this,
No.
this group that's in summer school right now, no.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Any other items for the good of the cause?
One other question about Prospect. Is the playground, what happens to that equipment?
That's all part of the demo bid.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quick question, interested tennis family. What is the rules about using our tennis courts? I don't really know what's happening here.
They're open the same time the track is open. And then anyone can use them.
Well, then the follow-up question is, when's the track open?
It's on the website
Is it?
under, yeah, it's usually,
Is it?
it's always when our custodial person is out there, but Brian had it on the website.
It is regular then, it's on the
Yes,
website?
yes.
Just point people to the website?
Correct.
Very good. Also, just, boy, you really had a good report. Just wanted to say thank you. We laid out a few of those things, and you are not taking the summer off for sure.
No one does, it was funny, we were talking in cabinet today that everyone thinks we're all off over the summer,
Oh,
but
no.
it's busy,
Really good.
very busy.
Good job.
Yes.
Okay. Moving along, let's finish up here. I believe we do not need an executive session tonight. So last thing on the agenda is adjournment. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Madam Treasurer, will you please call us out?
Ms. Karstoffen? Aye. Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye.
Mr. Hauser?
Aye.
Mrs. Segwin? Aye. Mr. Alec?
Aye. Motion carries. Meeting adjourned.